Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. Today's video is a Dfyne review haul of their new Switch drop that happened. Everything's already available to shop, so I'll have my link down below if you want to use rewards but still support me and enter my giveaway. I'll have the link down below. As always, code Bailey saves you 10% off with Dfyne. Means the world if you use my code and helps keep these reviews coming. And also counts again as an entry to my monthly giveaway. Doing it for years. I love you guys and I'm so grateful every time you use my code. You send me a DM, you watch my videos, like it means the world. I wouldn't be able to do what I do if it wasn't for you guys. But sorry if I sound weird, like I'm currently sick. I also have a stomach ulcer, so life's just been lifing. But I wanted to get this review up for you guys ASAP, as I know it's already live on the website. As always, a PSA, I am truly so sorry that I cannot review before launches. As an affiliate, I don't get sent items before launch or launch info, really. So I am sorry that I'm not as helpful as I want to be. We have the items now. I'm going to tell you what I think about them, if it's worth your money, how they fit, are they OG? Let's get into it. For the Switch drop, they did Defy, Vision, and Impact. Each collection got 2 color swaps. For Vision, they got Impact colors, so Truffle, Winterberry, I think it was. I personally did not snag anything from that because I am so over those colors. Like, I love them, don't get me wrong, but I feel like we have gotten Winterberry and Truffle nonstop in like every piece that I'm like, I already have it in my Impact. I don't need it in 50 million other items. So those colors just really, as good as they are, they didn't really speak to me. So didn't go for any of those, but the items that dropped for Vision in, again, Truffle and Winterberry are the Vision flares, which I do really like. Those are one of my favorite flares on the market. So I just, again, the colors didn't grab me enough to want, like, if I'm gonna get more Vision flares, I want them to be bright, fun colors. We have 3 inseams now, a short, regular, and tall. Extra small through extra large. Again, Vision is a cross waist, mid-rise, low-rise waistband. No scrunch design. That's still very flattering, gives glute separation. The lift is definitely less than, I would say, Impact. More long glute friendly, because again, you've got a little bit more glute space in that area. But I do think, again, the flares are very, very flattering. I'm just patiently waiting for Impact flares, but they still give some lift, just not as much as Impact. And again, it's not like a wide flare, it's a more like straight leg type of flare. Vision Twist Front Sports Bra, which is $42.50. Again, dropped in those as well. Definitely fit in between size up, as the back strap in that is snug and a bit uncomfortable. So I didn't pick up any more of those. Same with the Vision Twist Front long line top. Like, I love the front, I think it's flattering. It's just that back strap that is just a little uncomfortable, but I don't want to size up because then it'll be too wide. So the fit is a little tricky for me in those, but obviously if you're wider chested, I think you'd be fine. Then we have Defy. Defy also dropped, but they dropped in Vision colors. The items for Defy that dropped were, of course, the Defy leggings. I just don't really love these. They have absolutely no glute lift. They're just a simple, thin, scrunch, seamless legging. And I just feel like the fabric is very, very thin, very, like, I feel like you could get a hole easily. So I just don't really gravitate to Defy. But obviously, if you're looking for like a simple scrunch legging that's like a soft fabric, I think you might like it, but it just wasn't for me, so I didn't pick any up of those. But that dropped in Umber and Rain, which again were Vision colors. We got the leggings and then the Defy Strappy Bra, which is the straight band with the thin elastic straps. I think the straps on that bra are just a little too fragile. And again, I don't know, it's just not one of my favorite bras, so I didn't pick that up as well. I did pick up, though, the Defy long sleeve tops in Rain and Umber, which I'm currently wearing, as I love these tops. I love them. I love the length. I love the fit. I will say I feel like my Umber fits a little bit tighter than previous Defy long sleeve, like especially the neck opening. But it's a full length, it's right at my hip bone, and it's got thumb holes. The fabric is 95% nylon, 5% elastane. Again, I do extra small. And now it's not like snatching because again, it's a thin, stretchy, breathable fabric, but it is fitted and I think it looks really nice, especially with impact now. And it's just such an easy, breathable long sleeve top that you could wear to the gym, take on and off. Does show sweat though, but I just really like it. I have it pretty much every color because I just think it is a very flattering and comfortable top, and even like to wear casually, I do, like out and about running errands, but you want coverage. Definitely would say true to size. If in between want it more snatching, you could definitely size down. I do the smallest size and I'm very happy. I love the way it fits. Would spend my own money. Again, a very like soft, stretchy, thin, breathable fabric. Reminds me of like Skims Fits Everybody material. And then of course the Defy shorts in 4.5. Those are $52.50. Don't really like those, so I did not snag. They roll like crazy. Again, I prefer Impact over Defy. And for Impact, which I feel like most of my girlies were wanting, we got Raspberry and Ice from the Defy collection. I really am gutted that we didn't get Amethyst. I'm gonna say this probably 50 million times in this video because I cannot let it go. We have very little purple Impact, that and like so many blues, so many berries, that I cannot believe Amethyst, that beautiful bright purple, did not come in Impact. Maybe it didn't sell well, like they picked the top, which makes sense, and I definitely can see Winterberry and Truffle being like a top seller for Impact, and then maybe like even Raspberry and Ice being top seller for Defy, so that's probably why they did the swap and what played a factor. I just really want more purple shades and orange shades for Impact. But dropped again the Impact leggings, which are 34 inseam, so definitely on the shorter side if you're a taller girl, unfortunately. Hopefully soon we see more inseam options in the leggings. I feel like Impact is definitely their best seller, that it would make sense and probably be in their budget to do multiple inseam options, like a tall at least, because this is definitely more for like short girls. So I would love to see like a tall inseam option for the tall girlies who want to wear leggings, because I have some girls that don't ever buy the leggings because of the length. They always buy the shorts. So, but they want to try the leggings, but they just know it's gonna be too short. So I think it's really important that soon they add a tall inseam option for the leggings. We'll start with leggings. So we got Raspberry and Ice, and I got both. And I will be running back for more, because like I'm gonna buy more of the leggings to cut into bikers, because they also dropped the 4.5 shorts. Sadly, there were no 6.5. You guys already know I'm team 6.5. I feel like you guys already know this, but something about 6.5 is the most flattering. It makes the glutes look the best out of the 4.5 and the leggings. They don't roll, so I am so gutted that 6.5 did not drop in this. Like, I'm so sad. So, and I don't want the 4.5, like I like them, but they roll, so I'm tempted to buy the leggings and then cut them into 6.5, because I am always skeptical when I hear people say, it's like OG, it's tight, size up, because I always end up with a batch that is too big, too slick, too stretchy. And when I pulled these out of the package, they were definitely slicker, stretchier than how OG feel. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna like these. Like, they're slick, they're stretchy, but once I put them on, they felt stiffer and they were tight. They were OG tight, both colors. Now this is in the leggings. I cannot confirm for the 4.5 shorts, as I did not pick those up. I know some of my girlies got the Ice, like that's the one they got, the Ice shorts, and returned because they were so slick and stretchy. So maybe it's just the leggings that are fitting the tightness. So again, I can't speak on the shorts, but I know some of my Discord girlies did say that. But for me, the leggings, once on, were giving OG lift. So I'm so happy I snagged both colors. Why am I not able, sorry. I have brain fog right now because of my cold, so bear with me. So I almost didn't get Raspberry because I was like, oh, in photos online that looked so similar to Winterberry and Berry. That's just the Instagram photos. Ecom is very true to how it looks in real life. It looks just like the Defy Raspberry. So I'm very glad that I got it, because it is different enough in my opinion to justify having both. And I really like the color Raspberry, and I love the fit. The fit is so nice. It's so tight. It does make it shorter, because it is tighter, but it's a true mid to low rise. When it's tighter, I get insane glute lift, and I haven't worked out in so long. I've been recovering from a herniated disc, then a stomach ulcer that literally left me with no appetite for 2 weeks. So I've lost gains, I've lost weight, my butt gone. However, with like the lift this gives makes me feel like my butt is still there. So if this is your sign to run to snag the leggings in ice and raspberry. Again, keep in mind batches can vary, but I feel like you have a good chance of getting them to fit OG tightness. Like the lift in these is insane, that I am running back to buy both of these leggings again to cut into bikers because I need these colors in bikers. So yeah, this is raspberry. Again, it is short glute friendly. It's short torso friendly. So mid to low rise, again, that'll depend on your torso height. But I have short glutes and it's got a V-seam. I'm team V-seam personally, as I feel like it makes the top glutes perky as long as it hits in the right place. Now, obviously if it's a V-seam, but the V-seam is up your back, it's not going to be flattering. But when it's a short V-seam, it makes your top glutes look so perky, especially compared to, like, say for example, ALPHALETE pump waistband where it just fades. Your glutes look a little bit more boxy or square than when it's actually shaping the outline, and you just don't get that same level of like top glute perkiness as you do with a top V-seam. So I love that. And then again, you've got the scrunch, which is also very similar to ALPHALETE pump, 4-way invisible stretch scrunch that doesn't go way up in the cheeks but does still give glute separation. I do like the impact one better because it's not shiny. And Dfyne or ALPHALETE pump is shiny. This is not shiny, so even when on, like, it's not like a shiny scrunch, so I really like that. It also has under glute compression, which is, again, short glute friendly. It hits right under my glute, not way below, not chopping it in half. However, if you have long glutes, this glute compression could hit a little bit too high on your lower glute. So I think Vision, or either size up for that, or Vision I think is good because it has a little bit more glute pocket space for longer glute gals. But for me, these work perfect as a really short glute girl. And I did extra small. I'm happy I didn't size up. I really like the tightness. However, if you don't like the snug fit, maybe size up in these colors. The waistband is 3-tiered but doesn't taper in. And the waistband, obviously, even though it's not snatching, it's not as big as like the Glacier drop for me, where it was tight down there in the bikers but then loose in the waistband. Like this fits much better. Again, I feel like the fit is very, very similar to OG Impact. Just feels like it kind of catfishes you. It feels stretchier and slicker in your hand, but when on, it fits very similar to OG Impact. So here is raspberry to berry, berry to raspberry, and then winterberry. Really different enough to get this one as well if you already have these. It's the raspberry extra small Impact. So again, it fooled me at first because it was definitely a slick feeling. However, once on, it feels OG tight. I really wish they would just start consistently dropping 6.5 with every drop. And if it doesn't sell as well as 4.5, just like lower the stock slightly. I don't know. I love my 6.5, so I'm gutted that we didn't get it in these. But it's a mid-rise, and this one is like true mid-rise because it is fitting tighter. 3-tiered waistband. This waistband, obviously it's not like it's snatching, but it fits tight to where I don't feel like it's sliding. Like for example, like the Glacier drop, especially in the bikers, like it was tight in the leg area but way too big in the waistband, so it kept sliding, and I'm not having that issue. So these do fit like OG snugness in Impact. A little bit slicker of a fabric though. However, once on, like, it is tight. So I'm so confused because I thought the slickness was gonna mean it was gonna be so stretchy. No. So because it is a tighter fit, it is hitting shorter. I'm 5'4", and it's definitely hitting like, that's obviously not capris for me, but it is on the shorter side. And obviously once Impact is a little bit, like when Impact is tighter fit, it does make them a little bit shorter. Again, I really hope we start to see more inseam options in the leggings and the shorts. Like I feel like 6.5 need to be like consistent. I also really hope they expand the size range. I definitely could not size down in this color though, but for their slicker ones, it would be nice to be able to get that extra lift. And as someone, like, again, I have very narrow hips, 25-inch waist, do have bigger glutes, but they obviously, like with my injury and my stomach ulcer now, I have lost weight and lost some glute gain. So yeah, but the boot is still looking good. Like, again, the tight impact definitely make the cheeks look good regardless of whether I have worked out in weeks or not. So love that. It definitely, like, the lift is giving OG. I'm here for it. We'll be running back for more. I hope it's the same batch. But again, you've got the short V-seam, which we love. It's so short glute friendly. You've got the invisible 4-way stretch scrunch. And then again, the under glute compression. Definitely, if you have longer glutes, these might not work for you, or size up. You might not get as much lift, but you won't have to worry about the under glute chopping the bottom glutes in half, or the V-seam chopping your top glutes in half. But as a short glute girly, I love these. I love the fit. I'm so happy that these are tight. We haven't had this tight of impact in a hot minute, and I wish we would have gotten more than 2 colors because, like, this makes me so excited to get back to the gym once I feel, like, better. Oh, I can't wait to, like, build muscle again. But yeah, material, once on, feels a little bit less stiff. And again, the more you wash it and dry it, I do put these in the dryer. I feel like putting them in the dryer makes them, again, tighter, stiffer. So I know it doesn't make the fabric hold up, although I've really had no issues. I've washed and dried all my impact. And again, it is, for me, for the most part, I really don't notice much crotch sweat in these. And if I do, it dries pretty quick, so I wouldn't stress that. These are pretty pill-proof fabric, especially in the more stiffer material ones. Like, I feel like this, I could easily sit on the turf at the gym and it would be fine. Even very, like, obviously, like, your ankle straps, like the Velcro, could potentially, like, snag it, but I don't feel like it's that bad, especially compared to, like, Honor Effortless, ALPHALETE Amplifier Pump. This is a much more durable fabric when it comes to that, which I love for lifting because I feel like it's just perfect for the gym. Holds up really well. Yeah, so Raspberry for me is a 10 out of 10. They fit like OG. I'm so happy. They give crazy glute lift. Like, I'm just such an impact girly. The only downfall, again, is no 6.5 for me, but Raspberry, in my opinion, is fitting true OG tight. So if you like the slicker, stretchier, less compressive fit, I would size up in Raspberry. But again, keep in mind that batches do vary. So just because mine are tight doesn't mean that, like, all of them are tight. So unfortunately, that is, I hate that about seamless. But unfortunately, it's just a thing. And I never get the tight batch, so I'm so thankful that I finally got a tight batch. But yeah, I also paired it with the long sleeve Defy top in Raspberry that dropped before these, and I'm obsessed with this set now. I really hope we get all of the impact colors in these Defy long sleeves, so I do love that. It hits a little bit above my hip bones. Again, it's going to depend on your torso length. I am a short torso girl, so if you're longer torso, these tops might hit a little bit higher up. Thumb holes, and again, these dropped in Umber and Rain, which I did snag as well. We'll do my sticker squat test. I feel like it's going to be the same as Berry and Winterberry. So if you like those, I wouldn't personally stress. Like, that for me is comfortable for a leg day. No problem, but again, it's going to come down to preference and just like how many tattoos you have. I obviously don't have any glute tattoos, so for me that's like no worry. I just wear nude thong underneath, and I love the airy cotton logo thongs. That's usually all I literally stocked up as soon as they drop more. But I feel like squat proofness is pretty good in this color. Ice is probably where you're gonna worry a little bit, but I wear my white impact, so for me that doesn't bother me. Oh wait. And then I got Ice. I had to get both. I wish we would have got more colors because I love the fit of these. Have it to Ice Mint or Cool Mint. I think it was Ice Mint. So this is Ice Mint to Ice. So this one's definitely less like green undertone and more muted. This is definitely a more vibrant bluish green, silver, and then ice blue. Here it is to Rain, which was again from the Defy collection. This one's a little bit darker, but I feel like they have very similar undertones. This fits the same as my Raspberry. I don't really notice a difference. I think they both fit like OG, they're snug. Just when you pull it out the box, you're like, this fits slick and stretchy. But when on, like once you put it on, like it's tight, it lifts, it looks so good. Now squat proofness, I would say Raspberry is really good. I feel like this is good too, especially if you compare it to the ice blue or silver. Now obviously, if you have a glute tattoo, ice blue is going to be more sheer than raspberry, so keep that in mind, especially in the glute pocket area. Because of that glute lift, it goes into a thinner, stretchier fabric in the glute pocket area to allow for the compression down here to lift and push it out. So it does get a little bit thinner, more sheer there. Also wouldn't really stress like cellulite in these, maybe in the lighter colors, but I feel like because of the compression down here, I don't really notice it that much, and it personally doesn't bother me. Also sweat proofness, like it dries really fast in this fabric, and I usually never notice sweat in my impact leggings, to be honest, but if I do, it does dry fast. And then the material is pretty durable, like you could sit on turf with this. Even if like Velcro took to it, it might a little bit damage it, but not nearly as much as like Honor Effortless or ALPHALETE Amplify or Pump. So I do love the fabric. I think it's very durable for weightlifting and higher intense workouts. But yeah, Impact is a 10 out of 10 for me. I love the fitness drop. Cannot recommend these enough. And I am running back to make my own 6.5. I'll update you guys on how that goes. But yeah, we'll try these on, do the sticker squat test. But again, fitting OG tight for me. I love the lift. So flattering, so short glute friendly. And I also love that the Defy long sleeves in raspberry and ice blue I can now pair with my Impact, because now they go like the ice blue is a little bit different, but it still pairs perfectly. And I feel like this set is like one of my favorites, like the Defy long sleeve and an Impact legging. You look snatched. So I love that I can now pair these with Impact, because again, I'm not a big Defy girl, so I never really had like a matching bottom for these. Now I do. Alright, so here are the ice blue. Definitely got fooled by the stretchiness, because once on it fits the same as raspberry. This is fitting OG tight. I'm shocked. Again, this could very well be a batch thing. I really hope that when I run back to buy more of these, that they fit the exact same, because I am loving how these fit. Oh, they fit so tight. They're giving so much lift. They're mid-rise. Again, low-rise depending on your torso height. I have a short torso. 3-tiered waistband, no front seam. Again, the fabric, while it's a little bit slicker than like previous, but once on, it feels pretty stiff and sturdy. And obviously, the more I wash and dry it, the more kind of like stiff and sturdy it gets. So I feel like I have no issues like weightlifting in this. I can sit on the turf in the gym and it holds up very, very well. And again, sweat, I don't really notice sweat in these, and if I do, it just dries quick. It's short glute friendly with the short V seam, has the short glute seam, which kind of doesn't go way up in there, but gives like subtle glute separation, which I think is honestly much more flattering than like the one way up in there. I don't know, I have been like changed to love this scrunch compared to like any other type of scrunch. So this is definitely my personal favorite type of scrunch. It doesn't go way up in there, but still gives really nice glute separation so you don't get unibutt. And as you can see, it is short glute friendly with the under glute compression, so it hits right under my glutes, not chopping it in half, not too far under. But again, keep in mind, I do have short glutes. If you have longer glutes, this could hit a little too high. Vision definitely has more stretch and more leeway for the glute lift right here. But I just love where the V-seam hits. Like, genuinely, a top V-seam like this makes the glutes look so perky. I personally prefer a V-seam over a waistband like ALPHALETE Pump, where it just fades in, because you don't get that same perky effect that you do with a V-seam, especially a short V-seam. So I just feel like my glutes look, and it's a brighter color, so I will be sprinting for another pair to cut into bikers. I'll update you guys on how that goes. Hopefully it doesn't completely unravel them. And then you've got the logo on the hip and in the back. Again, because it's fitting tighter, it is hitting a little bit shorter on. I'm 5'4". This doesn't bother me, but if that's gonna bother you, maybe don't snag. I didn't pick up any of the 4.5 shorts just because I gravitate to 6.5. Like after trying 6.5, that's usually all I wanna wear. So I think instead of going back for the 4.5, I'm gonna go back for the leggings and just cut them into a longer inseam. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I did hear that like one of my girlies returned her 4.5 ice because it was like so slick and stretchy, ran big. So it could be that the leggings are fitting tight and the shorts are not. I don't know, I did not get any to confirm, so just be aware of that. Because obviously like these are really tight, but I don't know if maybe the shorts are running like big and stretchy like previous impact. And also the ice is a little different from the Defy ice. This is definitely a little bit brighter, but I still think it goes great together. I also feel like this is again a little bit darker compared to the previous ice blue impact that dropped. Just really wish we would have gotten the purple, the amethyst. I think that would have ate. But overall, yeah, I love the fit, would spend my own money. I'm going to spend my own money to go back to get more leggings. Like, I am very, very happy with this launch and how it fits. I wish we would have gotten more impact than just 2 colors, but I understand it was a switch drop. The only bottoms I got were impact because, again, I'm just an impact girly. Sticker squat test. I feel like that's not even that bad. Like if you have any of their other blue, like light blues, I wouldn't even stress sheerness in this one. If you don't and you have glute tattoos and maybe you don't want it to be like the slightest bit see-through, maybe go for raspberry over the ice blue. But I think this is pretty dang good. Because again, it's like a dark, it's still a bright blue, but it is on the darker side compared to ice blue and ice mint. And then I also got these strappy bras because I love my little pose at the gym, flexing in the strappy bra. I love these bras. They're so dainty and minimal. And as an IBTC girly, they do the job, they cover, they don't really move for me. Now, if you're a BTC girly, I'd maybe go with the long line as you get more coverage, more under boob coverage and security. Whereas this, I could definitely see under boob happening or lots of slippage. And again, the neck strap is thinner. I do feel like these fit a little, they're true to size, but especially the raspberry fits a little bit tighter than like previous. Again, maybe because those were stretchier, but I'm still happy with extra small. But if you get a little bit of neck tension, you might want to size up. If you're BTC, you're going to want to size up. Has removable cups, same impact fabric. The Let Nobody Define You on the inside and Define on the side. Itty bitty strappy back, so great for upper body days to show off the gains. Sweetheart neckline, so very flattering on an IBTC girly. Like it gives me cleavage, which I love. So I got that in raspberry and ice blue. Fits true to size, definitely lower support more for IBTC as, again, there's only like a thin seam down here and it does kind of move. So you could potentially get under bust. If you're BTC, want more coverage, go for the long line. I still love this though, as I am IBTC. Has good side boob coverage. Again, the ruching right here, sweetheart neckline, a halter back, thin itty bitty straps on the neck and the back, which I love. But yeah, I feel like this color bra like is definitely fitting more true to size. I would say the raspberry fits a little bit more snug, but it's not like a crazy difference. Love how itty bitty the back is. I don't really need much support coverage, so I easily can do upper body and lower body in this bra. And I love it. It's one of my favorites. I buy it every time it drops, especially with the matching impact set. And then I also got the long lines in both colors because I couldn't make up my mind in case I wanted more coverage one day. And I will be getting a lot of use out of these leggings. Like I'll be wearing them nonstop because of how they fit. So I know that I'm gonna be able to easily get tons of use out of the strappy and the long line and the Defy long sleeve. If you catch me in these colors multiple times a week, mind your business. Again, I also feel like these are fitting a little bit more snatching as well, which I love. But again, I don't think you need to change your size. But if halter necks annoy you, I would say maybe size up. but as an IBTC girl, I'm happy with extra small. It's got a built-in shelf bra, non-adjustable halter neck, and then again, the sweetheart neckline. The main difference is it's just got more coverage. It's more of like a meet and greet, maybe a little bit longer length. So again, fully with the leggings on, fully covers my torso. It's got the open back so you can still show off the back gains. This top is so flattering, especially as a matching set. Like, I always put this on and I feel like a superhero. I feel so confident. I feel like I get in a better workout. Like, these are making me so excited to get better and go to the gym because I love these sets. So I got both colors because again, I couldn't make up my mind. I would say true to size. If larger up top or halters annoy you, size up. I did my true size extra small though, and I'm very happy. Love that it's got the built-in shelf bra all the way around. Again, it is impact fabric. Here's the long line top raspberry. For the most part, it's fitting the same. Like, I don't feel like you need to change size. I actually like the way it's fitting a little bit better. I feel like the neck strap's a little bit tighter. I feel like the waist is a little bit more fitted. There's like less like excess fabric than normal. Again, it's not uncomfortable, but I think it fits, in my opinion, better, more like a true extra small. I feel like it's the slightest bit tighter, and again, it could just be my batch, I don't know. But again, removable cup, sweetheart neckline, a non-adjustable halter strap, and it hits a little bit longer than meet and greet, but not quite at my hip bones. Love that I can, like, you know, if I want more coverage one day, put this on, or if I want a more itty bitty option, put on the itty bitty bra. You still have that nice open back detail to show off the gains. Good side boob coverage. I definitely prefer this one over the square neck one, just because again, I'm IBTC, narrow chested, and I feel like this one's a little bit more narrow chest friendly than that one. This one's also a little bit longer lines. So I personally love this top. Anytime it drops, I'm usually snagging it. But yeah, that is everything for this small impact drop. 10 out of 10 recommend the impact this launch. I love the fit. I love the Defy long sleeves. They also, this is not a part of the drop, this is just like a random day, they dropped Lunar Rock 6.5 impact bikers. I did run to buy those. I'm waiting for my package. If you're a biker girl, you love impact 6.5, definitely go snag Lunar Rock. I have missed Lunar Rock. I feel like that needs to be a core color. It's one of my favorite grays they've ever done, and I really want them to do either Defy long sleeve in Lunar Rock or the impact baby tee in Lunar Rock, because I just love that set. But I'm very happy they stocked that. They also dropped slate in some of the impact items. They dropped some more colorways and dynamic pieces. So definitely go check out the website. I have a link down below. Code Bailey, as always, saves you 10% off. I hope this review was helpful, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.